Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. Uh, so you can see by the title of the video that I'm obviously going to talk a little bit more broadly about just the action going on, and this is something that we always kind of break down when we get together for our bi-weekly option sessions. But I get it. I mean, I personally I like to play stuff too both ways. So I like to go long, I like to go short. So I like to buy calls, I like to buy puts. It all depends on the setup. I do know though that some people really like to almost exclusively just focus on the long side, and that's fine. I think you should do what works for you and do what works best for you. And that's what if that's what you're most comfortable with, then that's something you should really focus on. However, I feel like right now, especially after the way the first quarter played out, you just have to like widen the net, right? Widen like the basket of names you're looking at, because yeah, Tech had a great 2.5 week rally just recently, but before that it was a tough place to be. I mean, there's a lot of weak action, a lot of broken stocks, a lot of names that even after that bounce still don't look very good. So um, the Wall Street saying is there's always a bull market somewhere, and it's totally true. I mean, right now, I mean, I'm highlighting here just a couple like the pharma stocks, and within healthcare there's been some phenomenal action. This is chart of Bristol Myers. I mean, this is start. It's just has just really not stopped going up. I mean, it's been a very steady, methodical mover. And it keeps holding the momentum moving averages, right? It keeps holding the 8 EMA, keeps holding the 20 day, keeps putting it in higher highs, higher lows, and there's been plenty of good action here, good setups, and the more remarkable thing is that the options really aren't priced that high, because it just doesn't seem like people really are that focused on it and expecting that big of a move. So sometimes, and this is something I always like reiterate, is like when you have stocks moving that don't typically move, that usually creates opportunities in option land, because those stocks trade with like a lower historical implied vol, and when they start to move, it can take options a little while to catch up to the current movement, right? Also the commodities. So there's still a lot of great action in commodity land. There kind of is like peaks and troughs, right? Some things will extend and then pull back. But I mean, if you look at like this is like a coal stock. So this is BTU. I mean, this is. I mean, if this was a tech stock, everybody would probably be drooling over this setup, right? I mean, this is a rising trend support level, right? Kind of pushing up into like this 27 resistance. So, I mean, it's not just BTU. Other coal stocks look good. Steel stocks, right? Cliffs, X, NUE, like bull flags forming. I mean, I just started to look at some of like the energy names again, and I'm seeing some like pretty good action in like an Exxon, right? Starting to push to like the top of this flag, or Chevron, which has had a really nice consolidation and might be starting to like show signs of waking up and starting to get going again. So there's good action out there, right? And if you feel like you're frustrated because you're getting chopped up in some of like the more closely followed or widely followed like tech names or momentum names, well, maybe like broaden that basket. Start looking outside of tech. Start looking at commodities. Start looking at some of like pharma, right? And I'm not saying like you just chase whatever is moving around, but if it's like a good bullish setup, right? Maybe it's worth a shot, because I mean some of these things have been working great for months. They're not just like one hit wonders. I mean, like these names have been moving higher for a while now, and if it's like a good quality setup with like good risk to reward, maybe it's worth taking a shot, even if it's a little bit outside of like your normal go-to stocks, right? So food for thought. Something that was on top of my mind, just because today was one of those days where it really highlighted. There was a bunch of stocks that were strong and putting new highs and continuing to rally, and then tech was just a choppy mess of a day. So, something that like I thought was kind of relevant to the action overall today. Okay. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about swing trading with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.